XDefiant is a mediocre masterpiece. I know that statement's contradictory. If you've been keeping up with the XDefiant community in any way recently, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Everywhere you look, it seems like this game is a mixed bag of emotions. The subreddit is on fire, half of them complaining that this game is dead on arrival, it is horrible dog water trash, it'll never be a COD killer. Half of them thinking this game has the potential to be the next fun arena shooter. Another quarter of them just devastated that after this long of a year delay, the game is still in the same spot it was last year, with very minimal improvement. In my personal opinion, I fall in the category of I think this game has a lot of potential, and I think this game is extremely fun. Public matches in this game are so refreshing. When everything is connecting, this game feels so fresh and so rewarding towards a skilled player. And that is honestly something that I have not felt in a very long time from a Call of Duty title. I know some people are upset that they heard the term COD killer tossed around. And to be honest with you, COD killer is such a moot point because COD has killed itself like 13 times since I've been alive, and essentially it's gone into a rebirth twice. We had jetpacks, and now we have this new boots on the ground, tactical sprint, double slide, fucking bee hopping to the moon and back. The new gunsmith system, I mean, the game is entirely different from what it once was 10 years ago, and 10 years ago people were saying that about the game then. Comparing this game to COD it's important to do so because they have a lot of similarities, and it's obvious XDefiant has its roots in COD, you know, with one of the lead developers being a former COD pro. This game is taking a lot from that game, but it's improving upon it in some ways, and it's deviating from it in some ways. When you compare it to other titles, what you're only doing is mainly wasting time. What you need to be doing is looking at it objectively. Is this game fun? Does it feel good? Is it worth putting time into as a player? Personally, for me, yes, this game feels fun. The maps feel fresh and new. The abilities are interesting, and I mean, they're going to be adding content regularly. More weapons, more abilities, more equipment. As a classic Call of Duty player who enjoys everything from Modern Warfare 2 up to about Black Ops 3, mostly Black Ops 2, this game feels like a return to the roots. Feels like something that I can enjoy. And maybe I'm a boomer for saying that, but the new CODs just aren't it for me. Halo is not it for me. I've always loved arena shooters, but those two games I just can't be a part of. Can't enjoy. This for me, I can enjoy from a pub perspective, from a competitive perspective. I would dump hours into this game. And I feel like there's a lot of people in my shoes that feel the same way. All this game needs is a little bit of polish, and it could be the next big arena shooter, at least amongst that classic community. You know, it's free to play. The monetization model is probably going to be pretty lightweight, you know, $10 every couple of months for a battle pass, and that is going to be enough to keep this game churning. The really only two main issues I see is the fact that this game took too long to come out, and that is a good complaint, but that is not going to keep the game from being good once it finally is out. And two, the desync is a little noticeable sometimes, and the hit detection was a little off on my first day during the recent playtest. But the other couple days on the playtest, my hit detection was pretty flawless, and it felt amazing. I did watch Exclusive Ace's video, and he broke down some flaws that the game has, but those are all fixable issues. They're just minor bugs. When the game finally gets polished and it finally gets released, hopefully those are changed, and the game feels very good. Another small point of feedback I would like to give about this game is I think some of the maps are a little too cluttered. Some of them have some issues with their flow and their design, and I think they should go back in and change them slightly, just so slightly, and these maps could be perfect. Perfect 3 lanes with flank routes, sub routes, not too much cover, some good AR positions. They're so close to the mark on this game. It really has the most potential I've seen in an arena shooter in a long time. And, you know, compared to the way Halo Infinite dropped when it did for free, this game seems like it could be so much better. It is so much better than the way Halo Infinite dropped. And look how Halo Infinite's flourished since then. Like, this game, if you think this game has no potential, you truly do not understand what you're talking about in the gaming space. That's just a fact. I mean, if Ubisoft somehow fumbled the bag, which is possible, I'm not gonna deny that. If Ubisoft somehow fumbled the bag, this game could easily die. But on the other side of the coin, this game is so close to being perfect towards such a niche audience that this game could blow up within that community, within that small classic Call of Duty community, classic 2009 arena shooter community that seems to have been abandoned by so many different franchises. Personally, this might be the hottest take of the century. I see this game getting a pretty solid competitive following as well as a pretty solid casual following, and I think this game will at least live for a year, maybe 3 years at max, and if we're lucky, more than that. That is my personal opinion on the game. I think it has a lot of potential, and I think they are so close to hitting the mark. They'll be there before we know it, and most of these complaints are from deranged, upset COD fanboys that just don't want to let go of their game, even though Activision absolutely hates them and treats them like punching bags for money. Well, let me know what you think, even though I'm sure the comment section will be very peaceful.